Hey, this is Miss Halton and Bean and Duke's Tail flashing in and out with you with Letterland, Unit 19, Day 5. What we want to do is go over the chart with you as far as the words. And then after we go over the chart with the words, and we're going to add the sentences too, I'm going to show your mom and dad how to use the list to give you a test. So you can check how well that you've been doing with the Letterland and how well you remember the rules. Are you ready for me to go over the chart, Bean? Okay, read it down. Okay. No? Okay. There you go. Alright, now, remember this week in Unit 19, we are going over the fact that Mr. E is saying his name as he waves his hand, and his brother, Mr. E, is looking for robots. Remember when we said that we heard that long E sound with these two E's together? Sorry, the boys are deciding to play. When we hear these two E sounds when the brothers are together, normally it's inside of a word, but the only exception that we have for this week is with C. So if we look at these words, we've got C. This word is feelings. This word is keep. This word is sleep. This word is green. And this word is need. I'm having the two brothers together to make that E sound. Then when we have the E by itself, it's Eddie Elephant. And he's going eh with the short sound, like in next, resting, and help. And then when we have magic E, going over with his sparks to hit the E, to turn it into Mr. E to say E, we have in the word these. We do have our two tricky words. Remember we have there, and with there, it means it owns something. And also that E-I-R, that air sound is spelled E-I-R. With soon, we have those two O's that don't go ah, they go the oo sound. We do have two sentences that we've been working on and reading. The first sentence is, I feel like going to sleep soon. And the second sentence is, their big tree is very green. Now, when you do your test, your mom and dad are going to have the list, and you're going to have a piece of paper. I normally like to fold my piece of paper in half. I've got some pretty small ruled paper, so I kind of made my numbers kind of big, but I numbered 1 to 12. The reason why I did 1 to 12 for this week is because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 words. Now, if you want to do some extra words from the other list, just to see if they're remembering the rules, you can go ahead and do that. So, you'll take your list, and you'll go number 1, and you'll say there. And that's when your child will write there. Sorry, Bean wants to play with his bone. That's when your child will write there beside the number 1. You'll continue to do it with the other tricky word, and then list A, which is right here, which is what is up here on my chart, you will call these out. Do not be surprised as you're calling out list A. If your child is finger tapping them, that's great, because remember how to do it, that we've been doing it this week. Don't be surprised if they're saying the words several times over and over again to get each sound down as they write them. That's fine. That's no problem. Now, once you've completed the test, what you can do is you can turn it over onto the back. And on the back, you can have them turn it this way. And then you can call out the sentence. Their big tree is green. And then you can notice with them, they'll go ahead and they'll write there. And you want to hopefully see that they're going to start that with an uppercase letter because that's the first word of the sentence. And you'll have to repeat this over and over again. But as you do, you'll see them write each word. You may see that they sound out some of these words. You want to see that they put a space in between the words as they write them. So their big tree is very green. This is a great time when you're doing the sentence with your child on day 5 to make sure that they start the sentence with an uppercase letter, to make sure that they end the sentence with a period. It's also a great time when you're working with your child to be sure that they're doing the finger spaces in between each words. And to remember, the only uppercase letter that is going to be in this sentence will be the very first letter that starts there. The rest of them, they should be writing in lowercase letters. The other thing that's a great thing to teach them is to remember the sight words, and that they're just going to have to know how to spell them. And that when they come across a word they don't know, they go ahead and sound it out. Remembering our new rules of this week with the E sound, with Mr. E and his brother, Egg Elephant, and Magic E, and maybe even some other rules that we've done in the past to write the words. You can do this sentence, and then of course you can also do the second sentence with them of I feel like going to sleep soon. Once they've completed the test, you can go through and you can check how well they spelled the words. I would even go through with them and say, you got it right, and give them a check. And if they messed up on a word, like let's say with soon, and they wrote it like this, you can say, wait a second, let's sound out what you wrote. So, sun, is that soon? And they'll go, mm-mm. And then you go, remember what's tricky about soon? And then they'll do those two O's, and then the N. That way you can remind them of the rule that they need to work on to know how to spell the word right. But you may luck out and they get all of them right, and that will be great and fantastic. This again is day 5 of Unit 19. It's our test time. Please make sure that your children test on the tricky words on the list, and they test on list A and the sentences. Hopefully they'll do a good job, because I know that Bean and Duke and myself have been a great teacher for them this week, and that they will do fantastic. We hope to see you again next week for Unit 20. Bye.